Our movie depicts the Piasa bird just like the natives did when they warned the first European explorers of the massive flying creatures that attacked humans. Skeptics must explain how an explorer and a geologist documented mixed animal and human bones in the cave associated with this creature. Natives never threw their deceased in caves. Only a predator would do that, and only a flying one that could have reached the cave. The earliest account of the Piasa was recorded in 1673 by Jacques Marquette, a Jesuit missionary who founded Michigan's first European settlement and mapped the northern portion of the Mississippi River Valley. Before his team began their journey down the Mississippi in May of 1673, they were warned by the Menominee Indians that they would encounter horrible monsters which devoured men and canoes together. Sure enough, they soon discovered the massive portrait of the Piasa monster on a limestone wall, likely there as a warning to those traveling down the river. Later, in 1825, a rendition of this portrait was made and titled Flying Dragon. So, whatever this creature was, they regarded it as having dragon-like features. 11 years later, John Russell, a professor of Greek and Latin at Shurtleff College, recorded the Native American legend about the Piasa. Russell writes,
"The Piasa means the bird which devours men in the Illini language. Near the mouth of the stream is cut the figure of an enormous bird with its wings extended. Many thousand moons before the arrival of the palefaces, there existed a bird of such dimensions that he could easily carry off in his talons a full-grown deer. Having obtained a taste for human flesh, he would prey on nothing else. He would dart suddenly upon an Indian, bear him off into one of the caves of the bluff, and devour him. Such was the state of affairs when Chief Uatoga fasted in solitude for the space of a whole moon and prayed. On the last night, the Great Spirit appeared to him in a dream and directed him to select 20 of his bravest warriors. He concealed them to ambush the creature as he offered himself as bait, placing himself in open view. As he waited, he began to chant the death song. The Piasa arose and darted down on his victim. Scarcely had the horrid creature reached his prey before every bow was sprung and every arrow was sent quivering to the feather into his body. The Piasa uttered a fearful scream that sounded far over the opposite side of the river and then expired. Uatoga was unharmed. Not an arrow, not even the talons of the bird had touched him. The Master of Life, in admiration of Uatoga's deed, had held over him an invisible shield.
Next, there's the dwelling place of the Piasa, a place known as the Bone Cave in Grafton, Illinois. This may be one of the most confirming factors of the Piasa bird account. Russell and several others report accessing the cave where the Piasa bird lived and finding many human bones strewn about and mixed together with animal bones. Russell reports, "My curiosity was principally directed to the examination of a cave connected with the above tradition, as one of those to which the bird had carried his human victims. The floor of the cavern throughout its whole extent was one mass of human bones. Skulls, animal bones, and arrowheads were mingled in the utmost confusion. To what depth they extended, I was unable to decide, but we dug to a depth of 3 or 4 feet in every part of the cavern, and still we found only bones." Think about this for a minute. What could explain a random assemblage of mixed animal and human bones better than a cave occupied by a massive flying predator like a pterosaur? A corroborating report is provided by William McAdams, a geologist and curator of the State Museum at Springfield. In his 1887 book titled Records of the Ancient Races in the Mississippi Valley, McAdams notes that the cave contained many bones, some of them human. Something's going on here. First, the Jesuit explorers are warned by natives about a man-eating dragon that lives up the river. Then, they find a mosaic of the creature on a cliff face, followed by an 1825 drawing of the flying dragon portrait the early explorers likely viewed. Then there's Russell's detailed account of the native chief, followed by independent testimonies of the creature's lair being filled with human and animal bones all mixed together. While some may dismiss this multiple century account as myth, it sure seems like a pterosaur fits this story well. There's just no way that all these reports from independent tribes and explorers from around the world are dreaming up these creatures with their imaginations, especially when they seem to be describing the same types of creatures, oftentimes with quite believable elements in their accounts, such as thunderbirds focusing more on lighter women and children as prey, and 2 accounts that noted people even avoiding where these animals defecate because they had consumed humans. We also have footprints of recorded lengths and physical descriptions that could match no other creatures besides giant Ice Age birds or pterosaurs. Our worldviews guide our perception of the past. The data suggests no clear evolutionary ancestors leading up to these magnificent creatures. Their body plans are perfectly designed for flight, even more so in the world before the flood, which is yet another confirmation of the Bible's 2 world epochs. We have too many accounts about these creatures with too many plausible details that are consistent across these stories. It's no wonder the Native Americans highly regarded the thunderbird and gave it such spiritual significance.